So, this is Gaslight, 1940.
Light the gas, Nancy.
And this is hard for me even to watch. I watched it last night. And just...
You're looking very impudent and pretty tonight, Nancy. More broken hearts.
I don't know, I'm sure, sir.
Where do you get the colour for your cheeks, Nancy? Could you not give the recipe to Mrs. Mallock?
Oh, no, sir. I'm natural.
So he's belittling her
wanting, sir?
in front of the servant. And the maid lit the gas.
Called her so I'd do anything to my face, or ask for her assistance if I did.
Well, Bella was only trifling with her.
So humiliating for me. That girl laughs at me enough as it is.
Oh, nonsense, Bella. You know perfectly well how you imagine.
So, devaluing her reality.
Don't say that. I have been better the last 2 weeks, haven't I?
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean. I've been trying so hard. And I have been better because you've been kind to me. I'll be perfectly all right if only you'll be patient and gentle.
Of course, my dear, of course.
Yucky. Sorry, I can't real. I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
Shall I stay in this evening?
Would you?
What shall we do?
Tea first.
And then I'll pay for you.
Love bombing.
We'll have an evening just like we used to.
So, he's already belittled her, sexualized the servant, denied her reality. Now he's love bombing her. There's a space of peace in the home. She said, let's do like we used to. Here it comes.
What is it?
I may scroll through.
I've just noticed something. If you put it right while I'm not looking, I will say no more about it.
What's the matter? I don't understand. Paul, don't turn your back on me.
Look on the wall behind you.
Picture, it's gone again.
Yes.
Again.
Where have you hidden it this time?
I didn't take it. Why should I take it? It's no use to me.
Why should you take other things? Pencils, knives.
Walter.
Bella, where's the picture?
I didn't take it, I swear I didn't.
Come, get the picture.
I'd know if I touched it, I'd remember. I've been better lately. You've missed nothing. For days, 2 weeks I've been well. I've had no headaches, no dreams. Why should I take...
Here we go. Listen carefully to what she says.
So you did know where it was?
I promise you I didn't. I supposed it was here because it was found here twice before.
Why do you persist in lying to me, Bella?
It's the truth.
Bella, if you're not lying, there's only one alternative. You're losing your wits.
Promised you'd never say that to me again.
No control even of your hands. You'd better go to your room.
No, not my room. I'd better be alone. Oh, God help me.
God help you indeed.
Flying monkey. Alright, that's it for this. All right, so we've seen this clip, and I just want to go over the plot real quick. Set in Pimlico, London, Alice Barlow was murdered by an unknown man who then ransacked her house looking for her valuable rubies. The house remains empty for many years until newlyweds Paul and Bella Mallon move in. Paul lights the gas lamps to search the closed-off upper floors, which causes the rest of the lamps in the house to dim slightly. When Bella comments on the lights dimming, he tells her that she is imagining things. Bella is persuaded that she is hearing noises, unaware that Paul enters the upper floors from the house next door. The sinister interpretation of the change in light levels is part of a larger pattern of deception to which Bella has been subjected. It is revealed that Paul is a bigamist, meaning that he's married already to one person, and he's married, to this woman, to Bella. He is wanted as Louis Bauer, who has returned to the house to search for the rubies but was unable to find after the murder. So there's a former detective, B.G. Rowe, which is he's in the movie, and he was the one that investigated the original murder. Immediately suspects Paul of murdering this older woman for her rubies. So, this is a prime example, and the term gaslighting is taken from this movie. This is where it comes from. If you want to confirm that you're not crazy and that you are indeed going through a process of gaslighting, watch the movie. Watch the movie. It's long, like 2 hours, I believe, but it will definitely confirm, because I put up little notes like, hey, this is triangulation, this is love bombing, this is stonewalling, this it's and a lot of people they're not monolithic. These cluster bees are not monolithic. They will, use one tactic to segue into another tactic. It's like a chain reaction. They all have their own personal MO. Dealing with a woman who believed that we were soulmates and was conditioning me, coercing me really to believe her psychosis. And that's what I want to say too. Gaslighting, in this case, this is pure gaslighting, getting her to deny what her eyes see. If you were going through gang stalking, you know what I'm talking about. If you were surviving gang stalking, they use this tactic a lot to get you to, not trust your memory. And they'll tell you that you're paranoid, you're bipolar, you're schizophrenic. They'll call you all these names, say that you're crazy. And these will be your neighbors. These will be the neighborhood kids. These will be teachers. These will be your coworkers. And it's an effective, and sometimes people who aren't suffering from a cluster B disorder do it. I was at work, and not a coworker, but a janitor who works at the site that I do security for. He goes, "Oh man, you look different. How you doing?" I said, "Yeah, I lost 8 to 10 pounds." And he said, "Oh, really?" In a kind of, "Are you sure you did?" And he's because I already knew his tactics, because he is a misogynist, and he's a manipulator. He's a psychopath. And the only reason why I talked to him is, I think now, knowing what I know, I have the confidence to be able to, block it. So, because he tried it with me, and it didn't work. He tried the gaslighting, the denying my reality, stonewalling, and the like, and I shut him down real quick. I don't have patience for that. And, it's a sick, twisted person who does that. And anyway, he stopped, and he was getting ready to do it again, but he remembered. So it's weird, because you will get different types, that they have certain requirements for feeding. And I guess I'm just not one that he's going to pursue gratefully. But so we just have small talk for about 45 minutes, and that's it. But that was a form he was getting. He was trying to gaslight me, because it's comes natural to these creatures, you know. It's, I can look him dead in the eye and he'll tell me that the sky is purple instead of blue, or that it's raining instead of the sun being out. So again, what she's going through is a form of gaslighting. But sometimes gaslighting, as I've experienced it, what seems to be gaslighting is really their psychosis, which is believing something that is not real. But to them, it's real. For this woman, we are soulmates, and I'm attracted to her, and we are in a relationship. I'm cheating on her, and I'm doing all this stuff, and when really I'm not even by her. I'm nowhere near her. I'm in a whole different city, 2 hours away, that she will appear in every once in a while when the flying monkeys aren't proving to be useful, and watch me, monitor me, and make sure that I'm not, doing anything with anybody else. And it's like, I mean, I understand the pathology, but still, there's something in me that, where you wonder, it's like, is there a cutoff point? Like, this person has been stalking me for, and on me for 3 years, that I've known of, that I've been, actually aware and put the pieces together. But it's been longer than that. That's like, when check out my recon video, and I talk about that. Like, she's been doing research on me through my social media and through her gang member monkeys, and and getting updates and whatever, still probably to this day. And it's really disheartening. I mean, when you go through gaslighting, it's a wonder that people survive, because you're strong and because you're powerful and you are resistant towards it. But it has a lasting effect, because I know for me, it's the shock of, why would, I mean, they really believe it. As we're people of energy. It's not necessarily what you say, but how you say it. And with these people, they can look you dead in your eyes and tell you something that is not true, but they are emphatic about it. But anyway, this process that he's putting her through is to arrest her from taking any actions and questioning him, so that he can find those rubies. Because see, when you're smart, when the cluster bees know that you are onto them, that scares them, because knowledge is power. See, she doesn't know anything at this point. She doesn't know that he's looking for the rubies, and the reason why she thinks that he married her for love. He married her to help her with with the induced mental illnesses that he's claimed that she has. She has absolutely no idea that he was doing recon on her before they got together, before she was even aware of his existence. So, I get it too. I want to say, hey, we have gone through hell and back and over again. Do not beat yourself up for not knowing what was going on, for not being aware that these types of creatures exist, because you are aware now, right? You're aware now. You're doing the research, you're doing the healing, but love yourself. Don't beat yourself up because all of a sudden, oh my gosh, yeah, well, I knew something was on. I knew something was was wrong or wasn't right about that, and I should have resisted, or I should have left. We do what we have to do based on our situation, and it's all different. The cluster Bs are the same, use the same tactics. It's the same pattern and mind frame. they use the same tactics in different ways based on their environment. So we have to work with what's in our environment. For me, I didn't have anybody because it literally seemed like the whole city was just filled with flying monkeys and cluster bees. And I had no way of getting any help. I had, this person, it was very covert about their dealings. And, being a part of a Mexican cult, that gang cult, it's, that's a requirement. Nothing leads back to the hive, I guess. But when you get that knowledge, just to think if this woman was aware of what his intentions were and what his tactics were, she would have been able to fight back more efficiently. The thing, like I said, with gaslighting, too, it knocks you off your feet. It makes you feel helpless. I mean, I know I went into hibernation. I mean, I'm a hermit anyway, but I really buckled, hunkered down, and I was just like, I can't deal with this. Because it was just scared. I was like, I know I'm not losing my mind, but I don't know how to stop this from happening. So when the lady that I was dealing with that was gaslighting me, I just shut down. I shut it down. I shut it off. I stopped paying attention. And that for some reason really helped me, because they need to have your energy focused on them in order to enact the next level of abuse. And that's what this cluster B needed. So gray rocking her, not paying attention. I mean, I really had to learn super focus. What helped me through as well was prayer, was fasting, because it affects you psychologically. Your brain is going through trauma. Like I would get headaches. I don't get headaches very often unless I'm dehydrated, right? I don't get headaches very often. So I had to, your brain goes through this change as if you were, anytime when I was in college, I took this class on drugs and how they affect the brain and whatnot. And what it said was that as soon as you take a drug, your brain has to reset itself to counteract that drug. Because the drugs, if you're taking cocaine, it's affecting more, you're inducing more, an overload into the brain, not to mention the heart, but into the brain that it doesn't need. So it has to function. It has to switch up, and so that nothing breaks down, basically. So nothing breaks down. So you're still able to function, maybe not at, full capacity, but you're still moving around. You can still differentiate between colors and cars and people. Going through gaslighting changes your brain chemistry. And when you get out and you start healing, I don't know about anybody else, I'm just from my personal experience, having been out and away from it, and I feel the difference. It's like my brain is trying to go back to normal. But I have, after you experience some, this gaslighting, amongst other things, it's you have to cool down. It's like a car that's overheated. Like I felt my head get hot, all of a sudden. I felt totally overwhelmed, and I don't know why. This overwhelming sense to cry profusely, depression, hard to get out of bed and go to work. And I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm not dealing with it to the intensity that I was dealing with it. But it's hard because, just to sit back and be like, oh my God, this person did a number on me. And I believe that that's why a lot of people get mad after, leaving the cluster B disordered person, because of the lasting effects. It's like a punishment, and you're trying to still process, well, why did I deserve this? What did I do to this person to deserve this? And the answer is you just existed, which is there's nothing wrong with that. You were born for a purpose. These people have no purpose but to steal, kill, and destroy. It's like being an android. That's what they do. Prey on people. They want to play the hero, they get into people's minds and get into people's hearts, and then they go in for the kill. They go through the process of literally butchering you. That's what it's like. It's like, they they're like the butcher, and they want to dismember you piece by piece. But what helped me through was prayer, fasting, meditation, listening to quiet music. I like ambient and chill step music. I'll play some Motown oldies, Christian gospel music, just anything, just peace. I don't watch TV. I'll do some Netflix and chill, if when I have the time, but mostly it's just quiet. It's just peace, and it's just giving myself mercy, you know? Just saying, okay, it happened, you're healing. Be good to yourself. Taking an Epsom salt bath, sitting in there, soaking in there, writing in the journal, writing affirmations and listening to them at night to help to rewire my brain, because you did nothing to deserve somebody to try and murder your soul. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make people into them. So big ups to those empaths who are out there, who are searching and who are plowing through. And it's, just hold tight, because these guys aren't winning. They're not winning. You are. Give yourself a chance.